Hello everyone, it's us, the passionate team behind the TV channel Days Drama Digest, your ultimate destination for all things soap opera, heartbreak, and high-stakes drama. We're the ones who bring you the juiciest spoilers, in-depth analyses, and those edge-of-your-seat recaps that keep you glued to your screens. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most gut-wrenching storylines unfolding on Days of Our Lives, a tale of family turmoil, childish pranks gone horribly wrong, heroic saves, and a potential tragedy that could shatter one of Salem's most beloved families forever. We're talking about the escalating chaos surrounding Chad DiMera and his young son, Thomas. The burning question on everyone's lips: will Chad lose Thomas in a devastating upcoming accident? Buckle up, dear viewers, because we're about to unpack this roller coaster of emotions, expand on every twist and turn, and speculate wildly on what might come next. Trust us, this is going to be more dramatic than a DiMera family reunion gone awry. To set the stage properly, let's rewind a bit and remind ourselves who these characters are, because in the world of Days of Our Lives, backstories are everything. They fuel the fires of conflict and make every betrayal or loss hit that much harder. Chad DiMera, played with brooding intensity by Billy Flynn, has been through the ringer more times than we can count. As the son of the infamous Stefano DiMera, Chad grew up in a world of power plays, secrets, and endless vendettas. But beneath that tough exterior lies a man who's suffered unimaginable losses. Remember when he lost his beloved wife, Abigail Devereaux DiMera, not once, but twice? First to a senseless warehouse fire, and then to a brutal stabbing that left fans reeling for months. Abigail's death left Chad a broken man, raising their two children, Thomas and Charlotte, amidst the constant shadows of Salem's dangers. Thomas, the precocious young boy who's captured our hearts with his innocent mischief, represents Chad's hope for a brighter future. But in true soap fashion, that hope is always teetering on the edge of disaster. Thomas has inherited the DiMera spirit, stubborn, impulsive, and fiercely loyal, but at his age, that often translates to kid-level antics that spiral out of control. Now enter the other key players in this unfolding nightmare: Kat Green, the enigmatic newcomer who's stirred up more trouble than a hurricane in Salem; Alex Kyriakis, the charming hero with a knack for jumping into danger; Rachel Black, the pint-sized troublemaker with a grudge; and Brady Black, the beleaguered father trying to keep his family in check. Kat, portrayed by Annalyn McCord, arrived in Salem with a mysterious past tied to the Green family secrets, and she's quickly become entangled in Chad's life. Their interactions have been charged with tension. Part alliance, part attraction, part pure complication. Alex, ever the knight in shining armor, has his own complicated history with love and loss, making him the perfect foil for these high-drama moments. Rachel, Brady's daughter, carries the weight of her own turbulent upbringing, often lashing out in ways that echo her parents' past mistakes. And Brady? He's just trying to navigate co-parenting with Kristen DiMera while keeping Rachel from turning into a mini-villain. The drama kicks off during what should have been a festive Halloween in Salem, a time for costumes, candy, and light-hearted scares. But in Days of Our Lives, holidays are never just about fun. They're breeding grounds for catastrophe. It all begins with a chilling knife attack on Kat Green. Picture this. The streets of Salem are alive with trick-or-treaters, the air crisp with autumn chill, and laughter echoing from every corner. Kat, perhaps dressed in a sleek, mysterious outfit that hints at her secretive nature, is making her way through the crowd when suddenly, a shadowy figure lunges at her with a gleaming blade. The tension is palpable, the music swells, the camera zooms in on the glint of steel, and viewers hold their breath. Who is this attacker? Is it a remnant of Kat's past catching up, or a new enemy from the ever-twisting web of Salem alliances? We may not know yet, but the attack is swift and terrifying, designed to send chills down our spines. In a heartbeat, Alex Kyriakis springs into action. With his signature blend of bravado and genuine heroism, Alex dives between Kat and her assailant, deflecting the blow and saving her life. The crowd gasps, chaos erupts, and Alex becomes the unintended victim of the next horrifying twist. As he's grappling with the attacker or shielding Kat, a pumpkin, yes, a massive, orange projectile meant for Kat, comes hurtling through the air like a cannonball from hell. This isn't just any pumpkin, it's the result of a disastrous prank orchestrated by none other than Rachel Black and Thomas DiMera. The kids, fueled by Rachel's grudge against Kat, perhaps stemming from family loyalties or perceived slights, have rigged up a pumpkin cannon, a contraption that's equal parts ingenious and insanely dangerous. Their target? Kat, of course. But in the frenzy of the knife attack, Chad DiMera spots the danger and yanks Kat out of harm's way just in time. The pumpkin, launched with childish precision but adult-level force, veers off course and slams into Alex instead. The impact is brutal. Imagine the thud, the splintering gourd, Alex crumpling to the ground in a heap of orange mush and pain. Stephanie Johnson, who's been orbiting Alex's orbit with her own mix of concern and unresolved feelings, rushes to his side, her face etched with worry as he momentarily loses consciousness. This scene alone is a masterclass in soap opera drama, layers upon layers of intersecting plot lines, where one act of heroism cascades into unintended consequences. Alex's save not only thwarts the knife attack, but inadvertently positions him as the fall guy for the kids' prank. As the dust settles and the Halloween festivities turn into a nightmare, the adults start piecing together what happened. Brady Black, ever the responsible, if flawed, parent, uncovers the truth through a series of tense confrontations. He learns that Rachel, with her sharp tongue and manipulative streak, pressured Thomas into participating in the prank. Maybe she whispered in his ear about how Kat is ruining everything, playing on Thomas's insecurities about his father's attention. Brady's reaction is swift and stern. He grounds Rachel, stripping away her privileges and forcing her to confront the gravity of her actions. The punishment scene is bound to be emotional, Brady's voice cracking with disappointment, Rachel's defiant tears, and the underlying fear that history is repeating itself in the Black family. But the real fireworks explode in the DiMera household. Chad, already on edge from the knife attack and his protective instincts toward Kat, discovers Thomas's involvement in the pumpkin fiasco. The lecture that follows is a powder keg of pent-up emotions. Chad, towering over his son with a mix of anger and heartbreak, unleashes a tirade about responsibility, danger, and the consequences of reckless behavior. Thomas, what were you thinking? You could have hurt someone badly, he might shout, his voice echoing through the DiMera mansion like thunder. Thomas, feeling the weight of his father's disapproval, lashes back. The boy, with his wide eyes filling with tears of frustration, screams, "You only care about her." About Kat, not about me. It's a gut-punch moment, revealing the deep-seated jealousy brewing in Thomas's young heart. He misinterprets Chad's interactions with Kat, perhaps witnessing a comforting hug or a shared secret, as evidence that his dad is replacing the family unit shattered by Abigail's death. The tension between father and son, already simmering from past strains, boils over into a full-blown rift. In a fit of rage and hurt, Thomas storms out, his small feet pounding the pavement as he runs away from the confrontation. The camera follows him in slow motion, building suspense, the wind whipping his hair, the distant hum of traffic growing louder. And then, the unthinkable happens. A speeding car barrels down the road, its headlights cutting through the darkening evening like knives. Thomas, blinded by his emotions, dashes into its path. The screech of tires pierces the air, a horrifying symphony of metal and panic. Chad and Jennifer Horton Devereaux, who happens to be nearby, perhaps drawn by the earlier chaos, witness the accident in sheer horror. Jennifer's scream echoes Chad's silent, frozen terror as they rush to the scene. Is Thomas okay? Has the car struck him full on, or is it a near miss with injuries? The promo teases a loud, terrifying boom, leaving us to imagine the worst. Thomas sprawled on the asphalt, unconscious, blood trickling from a wound, as sirens wail in the distance. This accident isn't just a plot device, it's a seismic event that could redefine Chad's life. Think about it, Chad has already buried too many loved ones. Losing Thomas would push him over the edge, perhaps into a spiral of vengeance or despair that echoes his father's darkest days. Will Thomas survive? Spoilers hint at hospitalization, with Chad pacing the sterile halls of Salem University Hospital, his face a mask of anguish as doctors deliver updates. Maybe Thomas slips into a coma, forcing Chad to confront his parenting choices and beg for forgiveness at his son's bedside. Or perhaps the injuries are severe but survivable, leading to a heartfelt reconciliation that strengthens their bond. Jennifer, as the doting grandmother and voice of reason, will undoubtedly be there to support Chad, her own history of losses, like her son JJ's brushes with danger, adding layers to her empathy. But let's not forget the ripple effects on the rest of Salem. Brady will grapple with guilt over Rachel's role. Did his lenient parenting contribute to this? Rachel herself might face a wake-up call, her punishment paling in comparison to the real-world consequences of her actions. Could this lead to therapy sessions or a custody reevaluation? Alex, recovering from his pumpkin-induced injury, might bond with Stephanie over the shared trauma, reigniting old flames or uncovering new mysteries tied to the knife attacker. And Kat? Her survival could draw her closer to Chad, but at what cost? Thomas's jealousy might fester if he recovers, creating ongoing family drama. Then there's the broader implications. Is the knife attack connected to larger plots, like E.J. DiMera's schemes or the return of Dr. Rolfe? Spoilers tease shady lab activities and resurrections, so this accident could be the catalyst for even bigger revelations. Fan reactions have been pouring in, and it's clear this storyline has struck a nerve. On social media, viewers are expressing shock and fear, with one fan lamenting, "Is this how Thomas leaves? Getting hit by a car like Zach years ago. That sucks, recast instead." Others are dreading a dark turn, saying the preview leaves them fearing the worst. It's reminiscent of past tragedies, like when little Zach Brady was fatally struck, sending shockwaves through the Black family. Will days go that far again? Or is this a red herring, building suspense for a miraculous save? We're betting on high drama with a side of hope. After all, soaps thrive on resurrection and redemption. As we wait for these episodes to air starting November 3rd, the anticipation is killing us. Will Chad lose Thomas forever, or will this be the wake-up call that mends their fractured relationship? What secrets will the accident unearth? And how will Salem recover from yet another brush with death? Stay tuned to Days of Our Lives on Peacock and keep watching Days Drama Digest for more exclusive insights, interviews, and breakdowns. We've got your back with live recaps, fan polls, and theories galore. What do you think will happen to Thomas? Drop your predictions in the comments below. We love hearing from you. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.